Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now and Global Matters Arising at ONN. Yes, today is a great day, and we are not going to waste a lot of time just getting into this program. We're supposed to have started at 10 a.m., but some connection issues with our guest, Deacon Owolabi Oladejo, chairman of Impact Business Radio, IBR 92.5, Ibadan, Nigeria. We were having problems connecting, so we are going to do this interview over the phone. So please bear with us. And I see there are a lot of people who have been waiting. The interview is going to get underway, and I'm going to get him right into our studio. Um, Painfully over the phone, but I'm hoping that it will make the same impact. YouTube and Facebook ready. We're ready to get cracking. So I'm gonna get Deacon Owolabi Oladejo and to get this whole program started. Thank you very, very much for your patience. We apologize for the delay in starting. We had some serious problem connecting, to our studio. So something is kind of a little strange that happened. Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah, my apologies for I don't know the difficulty, what it was, getting connected to our studio here. But all the same, we're going to get started. Thank you very much. Listeners from Nigeria, across Africa and around the world, this is Smart Mado Ajaja in the studio, Legacy Studio here in Houston, Texas, United States of America. With me, joining me over the phone from Houston is Deacon Owolabi Oladejo, the chairman of Impact Business Radio, IBR 92.5, Ibadan, Nigeria. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, please, can you introduce yourself to our audience, please? The best way.
Okay, my name is Owolabi Oladejo. I'm Ibadan based. I'm based in Nigeria. We have Impact Business Radio, Impact Television, and a few other things that we do in Ibadan. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, right quickly, let's jump into the situation. Now, so much is going on in Nigeria. Can you give us a brief, summary of what is happening in Nigeria, politically and economically? Our people are suffering, and they're complaining about all kinds of things and insecurity in the country. Just give us a little bit of an intro so we can go into the details going forward.
Oh, well, what's happening in Nigeria, for me, should not be called unexpected. It's expected. When you couple together people of different ideas, people of different culture, people of different ideology, you bring them together without their consent, and you hand them over to a people that don't really know how to run a country. You impose a constitution on them as fait accompli. I don't know what you expect. The only thing you can expect is that there will be crisis because there will be struggle for power, there is the struggle for influence. There will be an identity crisis. I want to be myself. I want to be able to chart my course. So it's just natural that where people are forced together and they are not able to sit down together to say, okay, so why are we here? So it's natural to me. I don't think it's strange.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's great intro. Now, how did you conceptualize this idea of impact business radio? Were you in broadcasting before? How did this vision come to you?
No. I believe It's a divine calling.
Wow.
Not into broadcasting. Impact Business Radio essentially is supposed to get our people out of poverty. When we started out, our intention was to teach people how to make money, how to turn 10 naira to 12, or perhaps how to turn 10 naira into 15 naira. And along the line, we discovered that you will be struggling unless the system is right. The foundation of anything and everything you do will determine how far you can go. I mean, you want to construct a building of 30 stories. The foundation for a bungalow will not carry that. So, ordinarily, our idea was the welfare of the people. Our idea was our people are struggling, highly talented, very hardworking, they need to be guided. And the system is not doing that. So that's how we got ourselves into where we are.
Wow, yeah. From what I've heard, they say before we did this interview, I did some background check, and the result that I got were very, very encouraging. Thank you very much for what you do. To be very candid, because your station, your businesses, your radio station, the impact is being fed across Nigeria. Now, looking at the way Nigeria is, there's one problem. I know we're going to get into some more specifics. Um, this foundational issue, where do you trace it on? Are you going to trace it as far back as to 1914 when they did the amalgamation, or you are going to trace it to independence?
The truth is this: amalgamation to become what? Before 1914, there was something called Nigeria.
Yes.
Anything you are tracing should start from when that idea of Nigeria came. And even to independence, from the beginning there was struggle. The Yorubas have their own culture, they have their own way of governance, which to a great extent is quite different from what the Igbos are used to. It's quite different from what the Ijaws are used to. It's quite different from what the Hausas are used to. So ab initio, it is a country born into a crisis of identity. So the question of where the problem started is actually saying 1914, when some people just sat down, people who never stepped onto the soil of Nigeria or perhaps Africa, sat down in Berlin, drew some lines, and said, this is Nigeria, this is Ghana, this is Togo, this is this. And because they don't really know who we were, you find some people being balkanized. Some people, you find some Hausas, let's say now, in Niger.
Yes.
Their brothers, their kings and brothers are here in Nigeria. So you find some Yorubas outside what you now want to call Nigeria. And this is almost all over. So with this, the average man in Niger that has his brother, let's say, in Castina or in Zamfara, does not really recognize these your lines that you've drawn.
Yes.
Does not really understand it. How do you say my brother that is in Niger is not my brother? How do you say my brother that is in Zamfara is not my brother as well? There has been that crisis, and all of a sudden, you want an average Hausa man to think an average Yoruba man is his brother. All of a sudden, you want an average Igbo man to look at an Igara man, to look at a Bero man and say, it's my brother. It's not going to be easy. I'm not saying it's not possible, but you certainly have to work at it.
Absolutely.
You have to be intentional that you actually want to create a country out of these diverse ethnic groups. I mean, we are not the only country in the world. If you look even Singapore, right?
Yes.
Indians there, you have Chinese people there, you have the Malay and others. If you look at Switzerland, you have Germans there, you have the French, you have Romans. But this guy sat down to say, okay, look, okay, even from the name, it's clear that I cannot claim to know your culture more than you. So if we now have to become friends, or I need to marry from your ethnic group, we have to be intentional. These are the things we do in my area. If you are not going to be very comfortable with it, how do we live together? So the real problem has been that the average Nigerian identify himself first by ethnicity. So he's not seeing himself as a Nigerian. He's seeing himself as an Ijo man, as a Yoruba man. He's seeing himself as an Hausa guy. Now, for you to amalgamate, which is a strange word, I must say, these people, without them sitting down to agree terms, it's going to always be difficult. That's what I believe. And we have examples everywhere. Okay, so the Oyinbos came, they put us together. I don't even want to say against our wish, because we were not even asked what our wish is.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So you just couple up together, and when they left, they deliberately created a chaotic situation that until today, there has never been any atom of trust. Immediately you introduce yourself and say, I'm Oladejo. An average Chuku is already drawing a line. Is that okay? Immediately tell me you are Chuku. I'm already thinking, oh, this one is Igbo. So, now, why can't we then sit down? As I'm talking to you now, I can mention some names that are not Yoruba, that I can even trust better than a fellow Yoruba. Why? Because we sat down, we related. We've seen the human being in each other.
Yes.
So there is nothing wrong with coupling different people together. Like I said, Singapore is there as an example.
Yes.
Switzerland is there as an example. And I think Switzerland is one of the most peaceful countries in the world.
Yes.
One of the countries having the highest GDP in the world. Yet they are different. How did French and English merge together to form Canada? And they are still in peace. So the problem really is not that we are diverse. There's nothing wrong with it. The problem is in the intention that some people are believed to have. Some people believe that some people are carrying what they call settler colonialism mentality. Settler colonialism actually means I agree that I am not of this area. I want to settle there. But in order to colonize you, I need to wipe you out.
Yes.
I have the land. Simple. That's the definition of settler colonialism. So when you have this, all you need to do is to purge yourself of such an idea. It's not going to be possible for you to colonize the whole of Nigeria.
Wow.
And the more you try, the more you run into trouble. So I normally tell people that the problem that we are having is that, one, we are not sincere with ourselves. Tell me, what's your intention? What is the intention of the killings going on? There must be something behind the mind of people harming these young boys to go and rape, and there's nothing that anybody can do. There must be behind their mind. So why don't we sit down and honestly ask, Mr. Ajaja, why are you calling me? Then be able to say, okay, Mr. Owolabi, why are you not answering my call? So if we now sit down and I say, okay, I can say, I'm sorry, I'm not picking your call because of this. And you will say, oh, that's a misconception. This is my intention. Then we agree. Almost every country that I know, we have an article of federation or article of confederation. That is, we sit down and sign an agreement that as a Yoruba man, these are the do's and don'ts if we are to live together. And you will say, as an Hausa man, as an Igbo man, as an Ijo man, these are the do and don'ts. I don't know if I'm communicating.
You are.
So that is the basic thing. And honestly speaking, minus dishonesty, I think it's simple.
Absolutely.
So where there is dishonesty, there will be distrust. So the question I've always been asking is, why is it difficult for you to ask an Hausa man, what is your problem? Why is it difficult for you to ask an Igbo man, what is your, even if you have a troublesome marriage, the first thing is not file court papers for divorce. No. The first thing is, can we sit down? Madam, what is your husband doing to you? Can we sit down? Mr. Man, what is your wife doing to you? And then if we want peace, I'm from Ibadan. And we want to eat my amala. Right?
Yes.
Okay. You are not from Ibadan. You are Igbo. You want to eat your apple, or you are Hausa, you want to eat your tuwo. Why should that be my problem? Eat your tuwo in your house. Allow me eat my amala. I just hope I'm communicating.
Yes.
So that is the real problem. Why is it difficult for Nigerians to sit down together?
Wow. Thank you for that insight. Ademola Yemisi, thank you. Welcome. Asili Queen, thank you. And all those. If you are joining us for the very first time, visiting our channel for the first time, we encourage you to subscribe and be part of this. Ask questions because we are here in search of a way forward for our dear country, so all of us can live in peace. We'll be talking with Deacon Owolabi, the chairman of Impasse Business Radio, IBR 92.5, Ibadan, Nigeria. And what we are talking about is Nigeria democracy, and we're going to be, taking some questions from about the media in Nigeria and how they are playing as all these are unfolding. Chief, at independence, just nearly 6 years after independence, the country went up in flames. Um, I was, how old was I? I was a young person growing up. I started seeing things, that was so scary. They called it a civil war, but when it was over 6 million Nigerians died, and today we are still grappling with the same thing. I don't think anything has been resolved in the direction where the country is supposed to, have a focus on building itself with all citizens involved. I don't know how much you can tell us about what you think it was responsible for that needless, bloody, the worst in Africa, but it's actually repressed. No, nobody talks much about it, and not many people were held accountable for what happened, and we have been going through a tirade of self-destruction since then that has not ended. It's getting worse now to the extent that some people pick up arms and start wiping out our people indiscriminately with nobody again still held accountable. So what do you remember about what they call civil war, that started in 1966 or 1967? The crisis started in 1966, starting from the west of Nigeria when they were having a Akintola Awolowo issue where we heard about wait here and all that. So, if you can educate us more, what you know about that, because the younger generation seem not to know much about the history of Nigeria, and that's a big problem.
Well, Ajaja, let me tell you this.
Yes.
The civil war is most unfortunate.
Yes.
Very, very unfortunate. But again, is perhaps something that I will be shocked if anybody is saying he doesn't expect Christ. I've told you how the whole thing started. 1950, January to be precise, when Mark Passing came to Nigeria, 1950.
Yeah.
He went around the entire country. Why? Because 1946 Constitution was imposed on Nigerians. And Nigerians said, no way, you cannot impose Constitution on us. So when Mark Passing came, Mark Passing went around the country. People gathered in Kaduna. That the Northerners gathered in Kaduna to say, this is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
People gathered in Ibadan, the Yorubas, to say, this is what we want. The Easterners gathered in Enugu to say, this is what we want. And they ended up in Ibadan in January 1950.
Yes.
To try to figure out how do we live together. And at that meeting, it was agreed that this country can only survive as a federation. What does federation mean? Federation means 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever number of people coming together, federating.
Yes.
Agreeing that this is the way we want to live. Yeah, I don't know whether we will have the time. There are some demands that were made by each of these zones. That's the north, east, and west.
Absolutely.
Now, after the demands, they couldn't agree on certain things. Then they agreed they want a federal structure, which culminated in what they call McPherson Constitution.
Yes.
Of 1951. They had their first meeting in Ibadan, like I said. They went to Lagos to iron out a few things that they couldn't agree in Ibadan. They still couldn't agree. They had to go to London. Right?
Yes.
And that's where they brought the 1951 MacPherson Constitution, which is the only constitution that have modicum of input from Nigerians. Now, after that, there was still crisis. They have to bring little thing. So we have all these crises all over. So now there's distrust. Ironsi came and imposed unitary system on what was agreed to be a federal system. Right?
Mm.
Well, do you want to blame him? I sincerely don't want to say yes, and I don't want to say no. He's a military man that believes that order must come from the top. But in executing that, which he knows nothing about, some boys gather together to execute the coup. But the coup failed. Irosi came. We do not know the intention. There are speculations here and there of why they failed or why they actually did the coup.
Yes.
When Irosi came and hijacked and imposed unitary system, people that don't want unitary system kicked. And there was genocide here and there, which culminated in the Civil War. My brother, the truth is this: the Civil War is because of power struggle. We lost millions of Nigerians.
Yes.
For me, I would have loved to say that would have been a good point to sit down and say, you, the Igbo people, why do you want to go? What is your problem? You, the Yoruba people, what is your problem?
Yeah.
But until I'm talking to you now, we've not been able to do that. We've not been able to come together and talk. One man will be talking somewhere, another man will be talking somewhere. Can we please come together and say, how do we salvage this constitution, this country? Can we have an article of federation? Right?
Hmm.
So these are the problems. And until we are able to do that, I'm sorry, it won't work. We will be struggling and struggling and struggling.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
So now, 18 what now? America had their first meeting, 1781 or so. They had their first meeting. We had 13 states. America, where you are now, 13
Yes.
states got together.
Yes.
To say this is our article of federation. This was later amended and people started joining and all those. That is the beginning that we need.
I believe you. Yes.
So until and unless we agree that every marriage you go somewhere and go and sign a certificate we agree to be together. I want to imagine that you did it. I want to imagine that you went to some families to say, this woman, I want to marry her.
Yes.
And the family agree. That's all. But since we have refused to agree that this child belongs to somebody and we need to go and negotiate with them, there will always be crisis.
Now, We have stated the problems. What is the way forward? A lot of people, I think there are some people, I would say a critical section of Nigeria wants to have this discussion. But there's a particular group in Nigeria that does not want it. Like they want to have their way and continue this dysfunctional state of Nigeria. What is responsible for this attitude that I will say I will not completely agree. I want to talk, and I know people from my place. I know there are people from your place who want to talk about a way forward for Nigeria. Why is it that some?
Oh, well, there are so many reasons for people to resist change. And if you are in the position too, there is what is called enlightened self-interest. If you now know that you will enjoy more by living in peace, right?
Yes.
Then you will agree to terms of peace. But so long as you think you can lord it over others, it may be difficult for you to agree for any other thing. Some people are looting seriously and they are doing it mindlessly. So, for such people that do not know that it's not actually in their interest for Nigeria to be in flames, they will continue. But the worry that I have is this: because of the level of distrust that is in the land, those people, and I will tell you this, in the last, since 2024,
Yes.
we've carried our campaign to ask people questions. What do you want? We had the first meeting in Ibadan. We gather people. What do you people really want? You, these Ngati people. What do you want? Mm-hmm. We went to Kaduna. We gather people. What do you want? We came to Enugu. We gather people. What do you want? We went to Gombe. We gather people. What do you want? By the end of this month, we will be in Porako to ask the South people, the Niger Delta people, what do you want? And do I tell you one basic truth?
Go ahead.
I've told you now that I've been to 2 zones in the south.
Yes.
2 zones in the north.
Yes.
What if I shock you that every 70-80% of the people we were talking to want the Nigerian Federation restructured?
Good.
70-80% of the people we've been speaking with want their autonomy. So, well, I don't know what Niger Delta people will say. I do not know what North Central people will say, because those are the only 2 that are left for us to visit. But if we've been to 4 places, and I can say that 70% in the minimum, or 80% of the people that gathered, and I can show you videos of all these meetings, are saying they want the country restructured. But the minority, the powerful elite, mm-hmm, who are actually in the minority, are afraid of what we are doing. They are afraid to call the people and tell the people, what do you want? So, for us, the problem really is not that people want to talk. The problem is those who want to talk. Why are they not able to come together. After all, it's our country. After all, what we pretend to be doing is democracy. And if it is democracy, unless my is wrong, unless the definition they gave to us is wrong, it's supposed to be about the people.
Yes.
Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. I hope I'm right.
That's what they say.
Now, so what is wrong with your calling the people to say, what do you want? If a wife is having issues with the husband, me as an elder, I will call the woman. What's your husband doing that is causing all this wahala? I will call the man. What's your wife doing to you? And if I discover the problem here is food, I will ask, so what's the problem? Because the man is from Ibadan, he's always amala, 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 amala. And I will say, okay, did this man tell you he's from Ibadan when he wants to marry you? If you say yes, why don't you go and do research and find out what an average Ibadan man want to eat?
Yes.
So you are the cause of your problem, madam. So now that you are in the marriage, if you cannot make amala, can you afford to get a house girl that can make amala? And, okay, don't worry. I will leave my kitchen for the house girl to make amala. There will be peace. So why is an average Igbo man thinking he must leave Nigeria? Why is an average... Okay, so what's the trouble with them in Benue and Plateau that they are permanently killing each other? Why don't we call those that are killing? What is the issue? And those that are being killed, what is your problem? So once we agree to this, and we now sign an agreement, like I told you, I've been to 4 zones out of the 6 that we propose to visit.
Yes.
And I can assure you, I have evidence that preponderance of opinion is for restructuring. But the people who are talking don't have power or don't know that they have power. You see, if I come to your house at night and it is dark, and I do not know where your switch is to put on the light, and I remain in the dark, not because there is no power, no electricity in your house, but because I don't know where it is. So, Nigerians have the power, the people have the power, but they don't know how to switch on that power. So that the nakedness or otherwise of everybody will be seen. Are we together?
Very much together.
So that is the issue.
Wow.
Nigerians actually want the country restructured. I can say that anywhere.
Yes.
And if you know you doubt me, do a referendum.
Hey, we lost him. Let's see. Let me get him back. Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Okay. Good. You're back.
Right. So that exactly is the problem. We do not have any problem. Let the leaders, let Tinubu do a referendum. Let everybody agree that we want to go and ask the people. We want to go and ask the people, what do they want? That's all.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for this very, very important point that you raised. And thank you for your selfless work. I've really heard so much about you, and you are just confirming everything that others have said about you. Yeah, you have a great idea of what is taking place in Nigeria and the direction the country is should go. But from what we know and from what you've corroborated, what I feel too, that this problem is more of an elitist problem. It's not like Nigerians cannot coexist. We live in the United States, and all countries on earth are represented here. We respect one another. We abide by the Constitution and the provisions of the Constitution. That's the reason. Sometimes I ask myself, how come that we cannot end this chaos in Nigeria? That we can live together to the extent that I feel so pained when Nigerians who are supposed to be Nigerians, you go to some places in Nigeria, somebody will be asking you to leave and go to your place. I was a victim of a very terrible riot, they call it, in Kano. I lived in Kano for 8 years. If you remember what happened there in Kano in 1991, I was a victim of it. I saw my friend with whom I was trying to escape, how they murdered him, slaughtered him, beheaded him. And it did not mean anything. They were calling us, we are strangers to what is supposed to be our country, Nigeria. But for the period that I've lived here in the United States, then next year I'll be 30 years here. And prior to that, I lived in South Africa before I came here. Nobody has ever walked to me to ask me to leave America because he is the owner or she is the owner of America. Never. It never happens. And they know the implications of doing that. But we in Nigeria, I don't know what it is with us that we cannot tolerate each other. Now, do you want to agree? Maybe prove me wrong. That yes, there is a foundational problem. Now we are here. Successive leadership in Nigeria has not been able to come together to say, look, this is what visionary leaders. That's what has been lacking in Nigeria. We don't have those people who can inspire a change of heart and uh, uh, put the people on a program to a new direction where everybody will have free, fair, equal, and unlimited access to opportunities. It's not like Nigeria is poor. Nigeria is not poor by any standard, but they made the people poor. So why is it that we can't choose the type of leadership that can bring this together? You saw what happened not just today. It's just looking at the trajectory of progression of Nigeria to where we are. It looks like the country has progressively degenerated. Every leader is bad, worse than the one before it. What can we do to do? Don't you think it's something that we should address? How do we choose our leadership? When we choose leaders based on what they give to us, people sell their votes in Nigeria. People align with people because of tribal or religious inclinations, not because of abilities, competency, and good content of character that is required to build and utilize, expand, and extend capacity for the people of the country. Don't you think part of the problem outside the foundational crisis that we have a serious problem with leadership?
Ajaja,
Huh?
I wish I can. I'm just imagining your face as you are talking. I wish I can see those faces.
We're gonna make this thing right. Seriously, you are a person of interest. Like America has declared Nigeria a country of concern. Now I'm declaring you a person of interest.
I hope I'm safe.
You are safe, very safe.
Let me tell you this.
Yes. Yeah, right on.
You are in the United States. I'm sure you would have seen some high-rise buildings, 30-story buildings, and whatever.
Yes.
If there is a crack on the wall, and you are seeing it from 15th floor down to the ground floor,
Yes.
and you have called your construction experts, and they are telling you there is something wrong with the foundation here. Is that the time to be painting your window?
Absolutely not.
Oh, you now want to change your roof to make it more beautiful. Until you correct the foundation. I'm a Christian.
Yes.
When the foundation is faulty, there is nothing that anybody can do. See, you are here. You are not running into trouble. Mm-hmm. Nobody is telling you to go out, but I challenge you to go against their constitution, to go against their law.
Yes.
You either end up in jail or bundled out of the country.
Yes.
Why? Because there is a set of rules that guide your relationship with the people.
Absolutely.
What rule is guiding the relationship between an Ibadan man and an IBR man in Nigeria? You don't seem to understand what we are suffering from. Hmm. I will be surprised if there is no crisis. Right? Mm. I am telling you, and perhaps you maybe don't believe me, or you think I don't really know what I'm saying.
No, you know what you're saying.
People have ulterior motives.
Yes.
Some people want some people's land. Let's say it the way it is.
Yes.
So, me, I want your land. You want to protect your land. And you are thinking there will be peace? From the way you are talking, I know you are married.
Yes.
And it's a way I will talk to your wife or look at your wife that you become suspicious of me. That's not true.
Well, we are wired differently, so I would.
The truth is this. So long as you know this is my interest, if I come to your house now, there are certain limits for what I can do. Hmm. We may be friends, we may be brothers. Yeah. There must be rule of engagement. There must be rule of association. That's what we are saying. Mm. You come to my land, you want my land. Me, I don't want to give the land. There must be crisis. Yeah. What we should ask ourselves is this, and I will tell you this. I gave you an example of Switzerland. Yes. They were permanently fighting until they agreed to come together and ask questions. You are living in America. America was British colony. Yes. And when these 30 people discovered that Britain will come to A, come to B separately, they came together to say, let's fight our enemy. Yes. And it is that common enemy that they saw that bound them together. Absolutely. Right? Yes. Now that they are together, they now know they need to protect America. And that has been the genesis and the exodus and the revelation of all they are doing. America first. Let's protect. Who is going to protect Nigeria? We do not agree to have common interest. There is this joke that Bishop Kuka cracked. I want to call it a joke. Mm-hmm. Kuka, the Reverend. Yes, I know Kuka. Yes. In Sokoto. Yes. He said, in one of his outings, he said there was an accident. And unfortunately, Hausa man is there, Yoruba man was in the vehicle. Mm. And they were now asking, that accident is terrible. And the Yoruba man said, Èèyàn mẹ́ta ló kú means only three died. Why? They say, with all that is there. He said, Èèyàn mẹ́ta àti Gàmbàrí mẹ́fà. I don't know if you understand. I hear. Good. Yeah. Now, what that means automatically is he consider only his own people as people. Yes. The rest are statistics. Yeah, absolutely. Now, if there is any problem and somebody who is having one child lost the child, he has lost everything. What is happening in Nigeria today is that nobody owns the country. And it's sad. Minus when you are traveling, minus your green passport. I have no business with you. An average Yoruba man, an average Ijo man, an average Hausa man is thinking of himself. He's looking at his own tribe, even the way we dress, the way we talk. Right? I am, first of all, a Yoruba man. And until we find a way of now bringing us together, and I will repeat, it is not difficult. If you give me a challenge, I am confident that I can give you a note to one Igbo man that is living in Enugu today. And I will say, mention my name.
Yes.
And he will treat you as a brother, because we have, on an individual level, agreed that we are brothers. That does not mean when I go to his house, he will force me to eat akpu. If he wants us to remain friends, he will ask me, what do you want? If I say I want akpu, that's okay.
Yes.
If I say I don't want akpu, he has no choice than to go and provide what I think I need.
That's good.
So, and get this straight. What does the Igbo man want? What does the Hausa man want? Let's sit down. Once we sit down and say, we agree to live together under these terms, okay? There is no contract today binding anybody. So my sincere prayer is that all of us will see it, that it is in our interest to live together in peace. And if we want to live together in peace, it's in our interest to respect the interest of everybody. What's the meaning of minority? Nobody is a minority. Nobody
Absolutely.
Can be a minority.
Yeah, I don't believe in it too. And yes.
So what's the meaning? And the last time I saw Ajaja, I think you have only 2 legs and 1 head.
Absolutely.
So what makes you different from any other person that somebody will now say you are a minority?
It's crazy.
You know it's crazy.
It is.
What are you doing about it?
That
Just start no further. Anyway, that is it, my brother.
yeah. Great. You have this idea. Your ideas align with mine because I am driving something similar to what you are doing. Though we are not touring any place yet, but I'll be more than happy to align with your group, and the ideology is great. It ties to what I'm doing through the Open Nigeria ideology, because I believe that we even though by whatever was it an accident of history, things that they did not seek our opinion, they did not seek our opinion to put us where we are, but we are here where we are, and that requires us to take action, talk, so that we can smoothen our relationship and build a genuine nation. Nigeria is not a nation right now. Nigeria, I'm so scared of what is taking place now. The rise of tribal nationalism in Nigeria is becoming so dangerous, so dangerous, to the extent that we cannot even come together to defend ourselves against those who are assaulting us and taking our villages one after the other. It is so scary. What can we do to bring this country and make our people understand? Yes, sir.
The moment a human being thinks he is inferior or not able, he has lost it.
Absolutely.
He's no longer a human being.
Yes. Yes.
They are just a crude animal. And what do crude animals do? They fight. You see, when you agree that you are a human being, and I agree that I'm a human being, and I agree to look at you as a human being, then there will be peace. That means you will know as a human being I have my rights. I have my obligations. But in most cases, people that are fighting for this cause are sidestepping obligations and trying to enforce their rights. It won't work. You have an obligation to identify who is a Yoruba man that believes in you. Who is an Hausa man that believes in you? That's what TRG is doing. You have an obligation to network with other people. Let's talk. Where are you going? What do you want? We normally say, if you are not against me, you are for me. If you are not for me, you are against me.
Yeah.
So if I know that what you want is for your people to be free, and what I want is for my people to be free, then why does that become a problem? It means we are friends.
Absolutely.
So the idea for us in TRG, why we are going around everywhere, like I told you, end of this month, when we will be in Port Harcourt. And by God's grace, I don't know whether there will be a difference in that place.
Hopefully not. You may even see more. You may even see more people aligning with what you are saying. Because yes.
So now let's come together. If it is called democracy, it's about the people.
Yes.
Then if it's about the people, then let the people come together. If you don't have anything against our coming together, then you are friends. Let's do a referendum. How many regions do you want? You have oil in your place. So what? Why eat your oil? Be in charge. I have my brain. What is the resources that Japan is depending on? Japan does not have any resource.
Absolutely. Manufacturing.
and they are there. What is the resources that Singapore is depending on? So I tell my people, let people go with their oil if they have their oil. That's what God has blessed them with.
Yeah.
And if God has blessed me with brain, I organize my people. I won't starve. Is it okay? So be content with what God has given you. Why are you eyeing people's oil? I'm from Ibadan. There is no, up to today, I don't think there is any oil in Ibadan. To say maybe it's because of the crude oil that I'm doing what I'm doing. No. But I believe if you allow these people with their oil, I can come and negotiate with them. You have oil, yes. Can you sell your oil to me? And if I have some other things, I know most of them can't do much in agri. And what you have, I may lack. What I lack, you may have.
May have, yeah.
And so what's the problem?
Life is give and take. Yes.
So, my brother, the idea really is this. Let the people say what they want.
Yeah, but there's something I find very striking about Nigeria. When everybody wants to come to power, they talk about restructuring. But when they get into that place, they start doing something else. They want to impose their own idea of restructuring on the people. Why is that?
Let me tell you the truth.
Yes.
Apart from God Almighty,
yes,
I don't think there is any organization, any individual that is as powerful as the president or governor in Nigeria.
I agree with you.
So if you have an unchecked power, raw power, it will. I'm not the one who said it. I read it.
Yes.
That power corrupts.
And corrupts, absolutely.
When you surround yourself with so much power that you become God, you can determine who lives, you can determine who is dead. You can determine what Ajaja do with his wife. It's going to be very difficult for you to listen to any other thing until you leave. Go and meet Jonathan today and ask him his experience in governance. Go and meet Obasanjo today. Go, even those military people, go and meet them. But if you put them there again, the power will cloud everything they do. That is it, my brother.
Great position right there. Great position. Now, in 2023, we had this election, and so many things happened prior to the election. And during the election, all of a sudden things stopped working. They told the people of Nigeria that the results were going to be at least good enough for everybody to accept. Midway in the whole thing, the servers started falling apart, and then landed our country in a very terrible constitutional crisis. That we are hopefully, it doesn't look like we are going to recover from it. And now, ahead of how many years do we have now? Some people are they are telling us about 2027. How do you see this whole talk about the democracy in Nigeria? You have already said so much about it.
Why are you talking democracy and you are talking Nigeria? I don't really know how to talk to you. I wish I'm showing your face to. I mean, you want to know the truth?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Let me see if I can get some Yoruba proverb. If I can see. Have you seen ant farm before? This one they make with this one, ant farm.
Yes. Yes.
Yoruba people will tell you if you throw it up 1,000 times, once it gets down, it's going down flat.
Yes. Yes.
Your election, the first one was bad. The second one is worse. The other one will be worse. The other one will be worse. You will be looking at the previous one as the best because it will always be worse than the previous.
Yes.
So don't let me talk too much about that.
I understand. Because of I'm doing an interview. I have my very strong position about everything in Nigeria, but I'm going to be fair to everybody, including those who do not agree with you, agree with your position. But for me, I am very much in alignment. Nigeria does not really have a democracy. Let's not joke about that. Because I went through it in 2019. I left here, with enthusiasm because I was in trouble here. Not because I'm a troublemaker. I did not create that trouble. After 9/11 terrorist attack against the United States, I used to travel around this country. I've been to 48 of America's 50 states. I was involved with textbooks distribution and procurement. So that took me around this country. On the day the terrorist attack happened, I was in Nebraska, Omaha, the University of Nebraska at Omaha. I was there in their chemistry department waiting for my friend, who is a professor, to come out of class. So I stayed in their common room watching the TV. I was there watching when the first ones hit. Everybody was confused. Before even that settled, the second one. So I was stuck in Omaha for another week because they shut down the skyways. I was thinking about renting a car to drive back to Houston when they opened the skyways. We were about 10 persons in the aircraft that took off from Omaha, Nebraska to Houston, Texas, because people were scared of flying. Then after that, a friend of my brother of mine came from Nigeria. We studied the regional geography. We used to study everything, but not enough of who we are. We studied about Galveston. So he came, he said he wanted to go to Galveston Island, which is like 45 miles away from Houston. So I said, okay. We went together with his family. We went to the beaches here. We had fun. I had camera. I'm a camera freak. I used to take a lot of pictures. So we're taking pictures. While we were taking pictures, I didn't know that somebody was watching me. When we left, they took my license registration and number, my plate number for my vehicle. You know what happened in the morning? FBI woke me up. FBI woke me up in the morning. And that was where I was for another 10 years. I couldn't leave Nigeria. They seized my green card. Now I went through investigation for maybe suspicion for involvement with terrorism. Yes, 10 years. This country works, and I am not offended at all. And that experience inspired me to do something in Nigeria. After 10 years, my green card was released on the last day of 2008. And in the process of the fight for finding out of what happened, I called Senator John Cornyn, one of the highest ranking senators here in the United States. He answered me, and they made an appointment with me to see him in his office in Houston. I went to see him. I explained my situation to him. He asked for my immigration papers. I gave everything to him. He went back to Washington. 3 days later, he called me. He said, Smart, I've checked you out. You are a good guy, but you are in a deep trouble, very serious trouble. Your file is on the president's desk. There was a George Bush at the time. I cannot influence an outcome, but I encourage you not to give up. Go about your business. Things will be a little difficult. You may go through a lot of security searches here and there, but we have to protect this country. Yes, John Connor. That's what he told me. And I went through this until that last day of December 2008, when they called me at 6 a.m. that I should come and pick up my green card. I told them I'm not coming. I'm not excited about it because I've been so battered. And a lot of things happened back in Nigeria. I couldn't go home to attend to them. I was even praying to God. I hope my mother doesn't die during this process. Yes, that is a country that works. And that inspired me to get involved with politics. I went to Nigeria starting from 2014. I started looking like what drives the mind of Nigerians? Why do they behave certain kind of ways? Why do they vote for people who do not have anything to do with leadership? 4 years of research. The outcome of the research was horrible, but I still went ahead and got into the senatorial race of 2019, Delta North Senatorial District. My campaign was like a presidential campaign driven by issues, education, healthcare, environmental degradation, and all that. But sadly, when I got home, our people were not interested in listening to all that. They were listening to those who can give them the money. That was how they voted a thief, a criminal, Senator Nwaboshi into power. But I was vindicated 2 years after. He was arrested, prosecuted, and jailed. For 2 years, my senatorial district did not have a senator representing them. But still, Nigerians, they will make the same mistake over and over and over again. So my question is, why are we who we are, the way we are? Why do we behave the way we behave?
Well, my answer is simple. This constitution that you have, this structure that you have, can never produce a good governance system. I will repeat, it is on the wrong foundation. Nobody owns Nigeria. And again, let me speak Yoruba. Yoruba people will tell you, oh, no, it's easy to spend money that is not yours.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not, the money they are taking, it's not from their effort, it's not from their backyard, they have nothing to do with it.
Wow.
You can never cause corruption with this constitution. It's not possible. If I
Yeah, network, yeah.
If I change you and you fall down to zero, who wants to fall down to zero? Nobody. So you will always, if I say sit down, you must sit down. Otherwise, I kick you out. You don't still understand what I'm saying.
I get it.
For accountability. I will put you there pretending that you are representing a group of people. Fortunately, those people too will be dancing. That this man has put one of us there, not knowing that apart from your name, There is nothing you retain once you come to my government.
Wow.
All that belongs to you is your name. Every decision you make is being made by me. I determine who you go, where you go. I determine who you relate with. I determine how you talk. You talk anyhow, I remove you.
Wow.
You mix with the people I don't want, I remove you. And let me tell you, in any climb, when you call somebody a minister, it's a high position. So who wants to fall from such a high position? You still don't really understand what I am saying, maybe.
I understand.
I never get it right with this constitution. A constitution that allows you to become God. Now, you look back and check during the First Republic, when we have parliamentarian system. You don't need to go to Sokoto to campaign. You don't need to come to Ibadan to campaign. Campaign among your people. They will elect you to be there. If you make me minister, if you don't like me again, or I don't like you, I can resign and come back to the house. I've not really lost anything. And TRG has put in place a system where we will rotate everything, including ministerial positions. You have no right to remove me. It is only my people that elected me into the house that can remove me. So I can look at you in the face and say, yeah, Mr. President, I'm sorry you are wrong. But I challenge any human being today to say that to Tinubu. Before you finish that statement, your letter of resignation has been signed on your behalf. Okay? When Obasanjo was president, you know what he did, according to them?
Yes.
After giving you your letter of appointment as a minister, he will give you an undated letter that you have signed, saying you have resigned. So the day he doesn't want you again, he simply put the date and issue it out.
Wow.
And since I know I have already resigned, every hour I stay is a grace. I don't want to be disgraced.
Absolutely.
I will comport myself. So, my brother, I hope the next one will be able to have facial interaction.
Yes. Yeah, like I told you, we're gonna go now. I know where you stand. I'm very happy that you have all this. It's not like I don't know. For the sake of what we're doing, they come. I can tell you now, as we speak right now, I am officially on exile because of what I am doing in Nigeria. I am wanted because I oppose everything that is taking place there. My bank account has been frozen in Nigeria. Yeah, because of the position I've taken. They tried to reach me, and I was in APC. APC was my first political party ever on earth. But I only lasted in APC for eight months. When I saw things and I could not belong with people who fund and mastermind terrorism and some of the most corrupt people on earth, I could not stand it. And if you remember, my problem started with Omo Agege breaking into the Senate to violently remove the maze. Omo Agege is from my state, Delta State. I criticized it, and they called for my head that I am not supposed to criticize a fellow member of my party. And I told them, I am not in a court. I know that that is why I don't belong to any court. I know that it's only in a court you have this type of behavior. So you can't go. And then Buhari was the second one that a Buhari who came that to be a fighter for the poor. He purchased a bloody presidential nomination form for 45 million. And this was a man who said he didn't have money. I could not be in a place with those type of people. And thirdly, they said I was an agent of America. Yeah, that is what they always call me now. When you oppose them, they will tell you that they say I'm working for CIA. Well, who cares if I'm working for CIA and CIA is able to raining the criminals killing our people, I'm more than happy to want to do it. But the truth is that I am not. But that is their belief. So I'm not going to even contest that with them. So that is the problem. Now, you have said so much. Now, I'm going to have to take it because we are running out of time. One thing, the media in Nigeria, the media in Nigeria, what role are they playing to actually educate our people and to educate them right? What is the media in Nigeria? Is it like the media in Nigeria is like, they are, would I say that they are part of what is taking place because they keep quiet? The Nigerian media is not as vibrant as it used to be. What do you think is responsible for that?
From the way you are talking, I guess you're a Christian.
I am a humanist.
You know, the truth.
Eh?
I tell people that life is individual.
Yes.
Don't worry yourself what A or B is doing.
Yes.
Ask yourself, what are you doing?
Absolutely.
The media, they are shouting, what are you doing? The medias are not shouting, what are you doing? It's not about what anybody is doing or not doing. It's about you yourself. What are you doing?
Mm.
You will never achieve anything that you do not commit yourself to. So if you want to achieve something, forget about what anybody is doing.
Mm.
What media is doing, what the soldier is doing, what the tailor is doing. All the business. I have a responsibility to ensure that my people enjoy their freedom. It's a shame for any Nigerian. I don't care where you come from in Nigeria. It's a shame that that country is in the way it is.
Yeah.
They are one of the most blessed places in the world.
Yes.
In everything, human brain, we have. Human resources, we have. Natural resources, we have. Every inch of Nigeria is blessed. So how do I now concern myself with what media is doing, what doctors is doing, what? It's not, ask yourself, what are you doing?
Absolutely.
Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you too. And to add to what you said, because it is the aggregation of the humans who are doing positive things or negative things that brings about some kind of outcome. So, what are the good people in Nigeria doing? Because evil triumphs when the good people keep quiet.
I've told you, the good people have gone round.
Yes.
The good people of Nigeria want Nigeria restructured.
Okay.
Some are feeling coward that am I able to do it? They are feeling something. It is people like you that can encourage them to say, you are not mad after all. Everybody is thinking this. So the good people of Nigeria want Nigeria restructured.
Good. One very important question, perhaps the last, and then you round up, talking to the people of Nigeria. Now you've been going around Nigeria. Great. I commend your effort, especially in the kind of difficulty that country is going through. We still have good men and women coming together to go around. Because again, like I told you, I know so much about you now, but you may not know about how much I've asked questions about you and what you represent. You have proven that you are a true human being. And let me not call you a Nigerian because as it stands right now, I don't think there's anybody who is a Nigerian. But we answer it that we are all Nigerians, all right? As you are going around, you know that there are some intricacies, especially in the north of Nigeria. I've been working to understand this. Living in the north of Nigeria, I lived in Kano for 8 years, and I've traveled around that part of Nigeria. Sadly, we are faced with this dichotomy they call north and south. Which that have come now for years of working on what it is. In the first place, there's nothing like south. Nothing. It doesn't exist. That one I can dismiss that. Then the north exists for one people, and it exists for the Fulani elites. When they say north, it doesn't. North does not exist for the common person in the north of Nigeria. And I'm bold to say it that did not exist for Fulani elites. When you say northern leaders, look at them, the total number. You will say you find 99% of them are Fulanis. So the question I'm trying to raise is because of how much you have gone around the country, and I hope you guys understand that there is a difference now that we know between the Hausas and the Fulanis, because we are quick to say Hausa. We generalize when we talk about people in some part of the north. We call Hausas. I'm sure if you know, if you follow what is happening, there's a rebellion now from coming out from the Hausa people. So if you go, as we are talking, do you take cognizance of these intricacies and this dichotomy that is taking place within the various areas that you have traveled?
Well, luckily, you yourself, you are already saying it. For ease of description, there is nothing called north, nothing called south. Well, if you did geography, when you say north, north of where? When you say south, south of where?
Yeah, all right.
It's just the cardinal points in geography.
Absolutely.
Of identification.
Yes.
There is nothing called north.
Yes.
There is nothing called west. Right?
Yes.
So okay, even if you want to say there is northwest zone, what's the meaning?
It's meaningless to me.
And there is northeast zone. What's the meaning? You have north and east together. You have south and east together, southeast. Mm-hmm. You have south together. If you put south to your computer now, it will underline it. So, my brother, we will continue this discussion.
Yes, yes, I know you have to go.
That we have.
Yes.
Let's see how we can implement them. Let's liberate our people.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, in a few sentences or a few words, talk to the Nigerian people. You know, Nigeria. Well, again, that's what we exist as that Nigeria. That expression. Well, that makes us Nigeria.
Nigeria should just simply come together and rescue their land. Simple.
All right, then.
You don't need to fight for it. You don't need to fight for it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mr. Oladejo, Deacon Oladejo, for this opportunity to speak with you. And I hope before you leave, I would love to see you physically, so we can maybe have lunch somewhere. But if not, you expect me in Nigeria when the ban on me. Well, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I put myself on self-exile. I've stayed away from Nigeria because of the dangers I face because of what I do. I say what people are not saying. They are scared of that, you know. So I don't want them to.
Don't worry.
Yes.
Join the pray.
Yes.
Join the pray.
Yes.
Let's see what we can do to liberate our land.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. God bless you too. You have a good day, sir. Bye. Bye-bye. Yes, listeners from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world. It's been such a great moment here speaking with Deacon Owolabi Oladejo, the chairman of Impact Impact Business Radio. Yes, FM 92.5, all the way from here. He's in Houston here, but his business is in Ibadan, Nigeria. Great man, and I don't easily interview people, but I take my time. And this guy is a very good man, you know, doing great things with his media. And you see how he spoke. I've never spoken to a Nigerian that had the kind of audacity to, you know, say the truth the way it is, you know, without blabbing, you know. So I would love to continue to, you know, engage him and engage his group and perhaps, you know, be part of it in addition to what I do already. Thank you very much, all of you. Bola Luashiao, thank you very much. Monday and the rest of you who came. It was such a great moment here. It was unfortunate. I wouldn't say unfortunate that we could not bring him, you know, to see for you to see his face, but he did a great job. I'm looking forward to, you know, having the next engagement with him where we all have hopefully have the opportunity to be live together on this program. So if you love what we're doing, you love this discussion, please share this message with fellow Nigerians, and let's continue the discussion on Facebook and YouTube, the comment section is there. Make suggestions. We go through every comment and respond to them individually as the need arises. So we appreciate you and love what you do, supporting us to grow, and not just growing organically, because we don't purchase subscribers or followers. We love to integrate and interact with the real people of the world. Thank you, and we love you. Bye for now.